I do have some little experiences too, that are sort of in conjunction. They carry sort of the same theme. I like what was Kevin was saying about, they try to pull your personal self into these situations to make you confused. They try to really confuse you to all of a sudden you're starting to think and have these emotions and attitudes, and you start utilizing these personal faculties. Well, an example of this, a couple of experiences that I've had, in one experience, I was sitting down and I was just reading from a book, and I was, doing what I was doing. And I had this overwhelming sensation that I was being watched, I was being watched and I was being observed. And it was by something nefarious or like malicious. And, and I knew it was coming from behind me on my right hand side. That I could see that. And I kept physically looking, and then I would kind of look away, and I would kind of look with my awareness, and I would try to see what was going on. And it was always like it was like kind of sidestepping, like it didn't want me to see what actually that it was. Well, I was able eventually to see something. And what I had seen was, it was like this kind of like a dark shadow, almost something like that, or like some kind of thing like that. Maybe not exactly literally what it is, but sort of the idea. So anyways, I'm looking at it, and when I was looking at it, it tried to either create a space or pull me into a space that was going to make me very, very afraid. It was like as soon as I seen it, its defense was sort of to like an octopus to squirt out the ink, where they create that very sort of chaotic environment. It confuses you. And I could feel all of a sudden my heart started beating really fast, and I started getting these like sensations of like a fear, of something like a fear. And I kept looking at it, but I was able to center myself and not be afraid. And actually, I was able to end up dissolving it. It turned into what looked like sand because I wasn't afraid. I decided not to be afraid of it, and really recognizing that that fear or whatever kind of sensation it was trying to make me have, um, it all comes from myself. So I don't need to agree to it or let it have that kind of power or anything like that. So that was an interesting little experience. Another one that I had that was similar in nature was, there was a reptilian. There was a reptilian being. He kind of came up to me. He's kind of bothering me a little bit and certain things like that. I confronted him, and he didn't realize that I confronted him. He didn't realize that I could see him and what he was doing. It was kind of like watching a kid when they're doing something, they're reaching in the cookie jar, and they don't know that you're watching them. It was actually kind of humorous in that nature. But he kind of jumped real shocked, and what was very interesting about this reptilian though was he had that lizard body form, but he was wearing these glasses. I thought that was a little interesting. He was wearing these big glasses, and they didn't have lenses in them, which was another interesting point. That's been said before, that the glasses, of course, kind of represent that physical kind of nature of the focus, that personal focus. But when they're missing the lenses, it actually leans towards the real awareness. I remember DUANE mentioning that in a previous Skype. So this reptilian being could actually be leaning more towards the waking up process, hence probably why he's bothering me in the first place, almost like he's being brought forward to be given the opportunity. So I was able to kind of confront him and try to share certain things with him. So that was just my couple experiences. Thank you.